What is up, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Random 2v2. Today is going to be an important video because the main event of the uThermal 2v2 Circuit 2025 is beginning next week, and I need to practice. The format of the main event, if you guys haven't seen it, is so that you play with 8 different teammates of 3 different races. So I'm going to need to be prepared for every single matchup that I can get. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out on the ladder, high in my account, 4.6k, play with 5 random teammates, really try to win all of them, but most importantly, learn from all of them as well. If we lose tragically 5 times, I'm going to show it to you guys, and hopefully we're going to learn something, because if we don't, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble. This is going to be very intense. Let's begin. Okay, the first game of the day. Ooh, we already got 2 barcodes. Starting to feel try-hard already. First game of the day is with a Terran against 2 Prodosses. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to play double Terran in the tournament, which I'm not very excited about, because double Terran honestly sucks, but I guess we'll see what we can do. Hello. Now, even if I'm not going to be memeing with challenges here, I still have to communicate with my ally, of course. In non-caps lock. What would you like to play? Let's see. I think a U Marine Siege, me Cyclone. Okay, yeah, I mean, fair enough. 1 base? You know what? I'm actually down. And the main reason I'm down is what I just said, is that double Terran sucks. So I'm just going to follow what he says. I was going to say, it's going to be very important to line up with your ally. It's actually a tip I can give you guys for team games, which is going to sound a bit counterintuitive, but most of the time what I've learned from playing team games is that it's really better to just play with your teammates, even if they make the wrong decision, right? Like, I see it a lot where people disagree with their teammates' decision and then they don't go with them, but then, especially in like MOBA, for example, you know, like if you're playing 5v5, if you don't go with your teammates because you think they're doing the wrong thing, you're just gonna lose half your teammates and you're gonna die, right? And that would obviously happen in a 2v2 as well here, so I'm just gonna listen to my guy. I might expand behind it if I think that's gonna be smarter for the follow-up. Now, before I forget, guys, it is very important. We have actually partnered with Matcherino for the main event. So far, the prize pool is... Oh, let me close that. Is 10,600, I believe. Matcherino is a platform where you can very easily crowdfund for tournaments like, yeah, just gaming tournaments in general. Payouts go directly to the players from the platform, so it's all very transparent. And I would love for you guys to check it out. Even if you don't have the money to spend or simply don't want to, you can use one of the free codes and put $25 into the prize pool for free. As of making this video, I think there's 170 codes left or so you're probably going to have to be a little fast. And there's a couple goals on there. Like I said, the prize pool right now is 10,600. And the stretch goal, or the ideal prize pool goal, is 15k. And then there's a couple stretch goals as well to reward players for streaming. And that would be very cool, because then we're going to have more POVs for the event. And there's also another one to confirm the next season. So would love for you guys to check that out. I'll make sure to put it either in the comments or the description, or both. If I forget, please do tell me, because it obviously the link needs to be there, and I know myself that I tend to forget those things. So if it's not there, I'm quite confident I'm gonna remember this time, because it's obviously a big deal, but please remind me if I don't. And for the main event, I also really want to invite you guys to come watch over on Twitch. I'm going to upload videos here on YouTube of the run. I'm going to be live streaming my entire run and casting all the games as well. So it's going to be a lot of hours. I think right now I'm leaning towards uploading my own games that I play over here in the main channel and the cast on the second channel. I know people are typically not as much of a fan as the cast as of the run, so I think that sounds about right, but I might change my mind. Obviously, you guys can tell me what you want as well. But anyway, the schedule for the main event is going to be... The group stage will be 8 August to 10 August, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then there's going to be a couple of days break, and then the playoffs is going to be the weekend after on 16 and 17 August. All going to start at 5 p.m. CEST, I believe. So yeah, really would love to invite you guys to come watch over on Twitch. I want to make this the biggest thing, or the biggest community thing, I should say, that we've had on Twitch for a while for StarCraft 2, so we can really build that back up. And obviously, if it's here popular on YouTube, then I would be over the moon as well. Now, let's see. My teammate's gonna go... I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work out. Cyclone Marine Tank. Like, I'm trying to see what the Cyclones are gonna do here. I guess the Cyclones can bait them into my tank fire, which would be quite nice. My build is gonna be pretty good against any aggressive stuff that the Protoss players can do. He finds an Adept over there, which is great. So I really like that he's checking for proxies. That is very well done by him. Now, do I want to pull SCVs? I don't think I do. That Widowmine just killed something. Wait, did it? It has 0 kills. Does that mean that it killed an hallucination? Or that it damaged a Phoenix? Anything else would have died instantly, I think. Unless it was like a Void Raid, but I really doubt that. I'm gonna build a couple SCVs, or bring a couple SCVs here. Get combat shields as well, of course. And then I'm gonna have to use one of my medevacs to bring the tank. Oh, he's also expanding behind it. Okay. I mean, I actually really like what this guy is doing here, not gonna lie. Like, it sounds like a bit of a crazy strategy, but once again, if you play double Terran, you are probably gonna want to do some crazy stuff. But he's still not 100% all in. Like, he's actually gonna expand behind it, which is great. He wanted me to save scan, so I will do that. I will instead stim a Marine forward, see what I can find over here. Nothing to find yet, and we're gonna hit... Ooh, wait. That cannon just screams Skytoss to me. Yeah, okay, there we go. That cannon actually screams Skytoss, so that's perfect. Like, the early Marine attack, I don't know if this is going to... I think I want to do a scan over here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's one Skytoss, and it's one guy just playing regular Blink Stalker, I think. Cyclones are going to be super good against both those things because I have cover for them. Oh, I'm going to do a scan for him so he can shoot that. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a dead Void Ray, exactly. And I'm just going to make sure to bait them into the tank fire. The Stalkers are going to be super good. Yeah, we're going to have to kill those. Oh, yes. That is brutal. He wanted to kill the tank. Actually, I know it looks crazy, but I think it was a pretty good decision, to be honest, to try and kill that tank. But my teammate was paying attention, I was paying attention, and that's going to be very, very nice for us. He can't blink forward here because my units would just destroy him, combined with my teammate Cyclones, of course. Just going to get in here, make sure to target down those sentries. There we go. Second tank is in here as well. I have to imagine Mr. Skytoss is going to go for... Yeah, I was going to say carriers, but Tempest also makes sense. Now, this is where the Marines are so freaking good. Marines make sure that you can barely pull the probes. I'm going to make sure to target fire the Stalkers with those tanks. Keep target firing those as well. Maybe I can reach one of those Tempest. Would be nice. Void Ray is almost going to go down, but not quite. And this is where the expansion of my teammate is going to be very, very nice, because they could theoretically survive with... Actually, I think I'm going to do something crazy here. They could theoretically survive with the Tempest killing everything slowly, but that's where my teammate has the expansion. I didn't have to build it myself, because he went for it, which is great. The Tempest is going to fall. Probably should have pulled the probes there on his side to cover the Tempest. He didn't do it. He's going to lose every single probe. And wow! I mean, this is exactly what... Oh my god, that is disgusting. Look at the units lost. I'm not quite sure if I've ever seen a combi like that before. We've definitely seen like even more disgusting ratios than this. I think I've even played perfect games in the past with nothing lost. But in a 2v2 where neither of us lost anything compared to the opponents, like this is just straight up 25% of what they lost. Like that is disgusting. And alright, this is a very good example of why you want to play with your teammate. There's going to be a bunch of people that are like, one base all-inning, 2 Protoss players that have good defensive tools on a big map. Sounds stupid. Actually, worked out completely perfectly. Really like the strategy. He went for the expansion, so I didn't have to. If you look at the... you can't see the resource I have anymore because I already shared it to my ally when I left the game or when the game ended. But I would have had to cancel units did I want to be able to afford an expansion, right? So that really helped me out. And he was going to have a fantastic macro game behind this. I would have been able to drop. So yeah, really cool strategy by Mr. Barco. That is game number 1. Let's keep it going. Okay, game number 2 is with a Protoss player against double Terran, including my previous teammate. It was actually pretty cool. After the game, I chatted with him a little bit, and he was actually a fan of the tournaments and stuff. I was explaining him how the main event format was going to work, and that was very cool to see. Now, let's see. We are a Terran Protoss. I feel like we should definitely be winning this matchup. So, yeah, I mean, if we don't, then once again, there is going to be a lot to learn. I think there is... If I'm not wrong, I think there is 0 chance I'm going to play against a double Terran team. Terran was the least represented race in the main event. I think only 4 Terrans qualified in total. There's only 2 in my group, one of which is me. So I can't play against double Terran. But I guess it's still going to be good to see it from the other side, right? Like, if we end up playing, I don't know, double Terran against something, I would like to see what their weaknesses is and what they're good at. So maybe these guys are going to cook up something really good and I will feel inspired. This guy didn't want to talk to me so far, so that's okay. I think what I'm going to try to do is just play a good build order and pay attention to what he does. So even if he's not communicating, I can still kind of play with him at the same time. For now, he's already going for 2 gases on 1 base. Okay, 2 gate as well. This is going to be hard to support if he's going to go too all-in. I don't think I want to be all-inning against double Terran here. Like, they can both make Cyclones, they can both make tanks, right? Like, it's not going to be that easy to all-in into at all. So what I can do is I can go for Reaper Hellion. Can I block this? Just in time, I think, exactly. I can go for Reaper Hellion and maybe do something sneaky like a Proxy Banshee or so. Proxies are relatively common in 2v2. Because since you have 2 players, 2 economies, it's just not as all-in as it would be in a 1v1, right? Like, in particular, I see Proxy Stargate a lot. Okay, so the SCV went away. I'm gonna try to sneak in an SCV over there, I think. If he sees me, then maybe we'll forget about the plan. Otherwise, we're gonna go with it. Teammate, yeah, I figured he was gonna do that. Double Chrono Boost as well. He's gonna go quite... Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say all-in entirely, but he is going to go quite all-in with this. I'm going to leave this base to him, so he can take that at some point when he feels safe. And then let's see. There's probably going to be 2 Reapers out, so obviously I have to be careful, right? One of them does need to take that base at some point, but it also doesn't have to be fast. Oh, maybe I can... No, let's dip out of here. I don't want to lose this early. Once again, there is probably 2 Reapers out, so... Now, that is a depot that's going to die, by the way. At least it should die. Let's see, I'm going to proxy the starport over here. That's going to be out of range of that watchtower for sure. And let's see what's going on here. I'll probably help him with that Reaper. The Reaper can't escape here. I mean, he didn't move it in time. Oh, there's another one over here. Okay, I'm going to get 1 extra hit, I believe. Exactly. I mean, so far they're making a lot of Reapers. That's going to make this attack very good. I'm going to stick around there with my Reaper so I can start shooting from the low ground. I do have 2 now. Maybe I can... Okay, let's see. A little bit of out micro could go a long way. Looks like I am going to win this micro battle here. Maybe I can even target this one down. Or I can start attacking this one too. Here we go. I don't know, where... Did I see his barracks? Or is it just this one? It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, this is going... Well, actually, I'm going to make a tech lab here because this is going too smoothly. It seems a little bit suspicious. I guess the guy rushed a Cyclone or something like that. That would make sense. Let's try to not lose any of my dudes. I mean, he's actually in the base. I want to help him. He is probably going to lose those... Oh, yeah, the Cyclone is out now. Don't block me, my friend. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start attacking those Reapers. Make sure those Reapers die. The Cyclone is also going to fall if he wants to kill it, by the way. Like, Reapers and the Hellions are... Well, the Hellions are, but the Reapers are actually not that bad against Cyclones at all. These are also going to live, so this is going to be a nice start. Keep in mind, my teammate is pretty all-in. The Stalkers have now died. I'm going to try to escape with these Reapers. And then I'm going to take this base as well. One thing that would probably be a good idea to do here, guys, is to go for a 3rd command center. This is something that I've done a lot in the 2v2 tournaments where... It's a nice thing you can do as Terran, right? Because Terran can fly their command centers. If you're in trouble, like let's say you're both being contained on 1 base, you can make 2 command centers as Terran and kind of be the economic force of the team by yourself, right? And then your Protoss teammate or your Zerg teammate doesn't have to try and rush and break a contain that's going to be very inefficient. So that's what I'm going to do here. I think my teammate's eco... Yeah, it's pretty decent, actually. I mean, it's not a saturated base yet. Slightly worse than where you would be normally. Keep in mind, they do have 4 mules as well as a team. So I would say that we have definitely found ourselves slightly ahead. Could also be more than slightly. But I think with the Banshee, if it's going to do as much damage as I expect it to do, I think we're definitely going to find ourselves in a great spot here. Does my teammate need help? No, I don't think I have to defend him, right? I was trying to see if I needed to put a Cyclone for him. Do we go Banshee speed? I would love the idea of Banshee speed. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to go for Banshee speed after this. It's going to be 125. For some reason, I always wonder if it's 100, 100 or 150, 150, and then it's in between. If they were really good at building placement, they would have a depot over here for vision. I was kind of trying to see if I could cloak in time if I saw it. Okay, there's a couple units over here. He's trying to run by, but I have the Cyclone over here. And this is going to be very good for us because they're not going to be paying attention over here exactly. Okay, this is going to do so much damage. Proxy Banshee, guys. It definitely could be a strategy that we should keep in. Can I save this one, actually? This is gonna get out of range of the scan. Oh, barely. Wow, look at that. Very nice. Okay. Keep in mind I got more Banshees on the way too. He looked onto the other one, by the way, so they're gonna have to use a third scan for this, which is extremely painful. Yeah, okay, this is awesome. I mean, it's always risky against the Cyclones. I'm gonna stay here because these should die anyway. Exactly, okay. And then I'm just gonna wait for my next Banshees again. Now, one thing that I have decided together with Goblin, my standard teammate, is that I'm gonna try to stop playing mech, just because it just doesn't seem to work if your opponents play well. Now, this is... How do I put this? It has an asterisk, right? Because mech can be very good, but it has to be combined with Skytles, I think. If the Protoss teammate is playing an active playstyle and you're going for mech, it really hasn't felt that great. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do mech openers, because it's just really good on the defense, but then I'm still going to transition into bio afterwards with a great economy. I think that is probably the best way to do it. I'm going to siege one tank over here in case of a drop, put a turret over here as well. And then we're going to go back in with these Banshees. I'm going to have Banshee speed. Banshee speed is going to be super, super, super nice against Cyclones. Obviously, I do not want to fly into that many Cyclones. We're just going to be chilling here for a little bit. I'm going to get the... Did I get the right add-on? No. Want this to be a tech lab, exactly. Let's see what I can find out. I could probably force a scan and... Yeah, exactly. And then still get away. That is 2 Cyclones locking on those. So slightly annoying. I'm just going to keep making Banshees here. Now, the question with this kind of style that I haven't figured out yet... Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there by me. Still going to save one. Oh, barely not, because the cloak ran out. Unfortunate. Mistakes are there to be made, guys. What can I say? What was I... Oh, yeah. I think I need to make a second starport at home. That's what I wanted to figure out. Because I do like the idea of keeping the Banshee production up. Like, keep in mind, guys, every single scan basically costs them 200 minerals because they don't have the mule, right? So even if they scan twice for Banshees, when I'm in a position where I'm economically ahead like now, it feels fine to do. Like, I'm just gonna keep producing these, and judging by how many resources I have now, it actually works out with the money I have. Yeah, that's a really good position there on the tank. Look at that. It's gonna prevent him from attacking on the high ground. I am missing one barracks over here. Let's see. He's gonna siege a tank over there. My teammate can take care of that very easily if he wants to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate together with him, so he can deal with my guy, and then I can protect him in the case that the Terran goes up here. It doesn't seem like they're gonna do that. I got 2 more Banshees on the way. Let's try attacking over there. He's not using the storms! The storms! No, he forgot it, didn't he? Okay, that guy definitely forgot. Looking by how that fight went, I think there's no way that he didn't storm. I think he actually forgot the upgrade. Oh, that is painful. Ooh. That actually sucks for me because he lost his entire army over there. This guy's still making Cyclones, but yeah, like I said, Banshees with speed are actually very good against Cyclones. I'm going to be able to kill these tanks, which is very, very nice. Let's see. I can actually kill all of these Cyclones, I think. Look at this. Or at least... Well, this one... Yeah, maybe not the last one, right? Yeah, 3 Cyclones going down for 2 Banshees. Actually, 4 Cyclones going down. Did forget the armory as well. Yeah, you can tell that it's a complicated build order to play, right? Like, I'm definitely struggling with the macro a little bit. It's not the cleanest macro you guys have ever seen from me. But that is not the most important thing here. The most important thing here is that I think I have found a really cool new strategy. And even the transition into bio was pretty smooth, honestly. Like, really not bad at all. Could have also made a Raven from this at some point, by the way. That's another strategy that I could do. Go for the Raven, get Interference Matrix, and then we can actually bust through tanks. Let's say we're playing against Terran Protoss. Often the tanks are what keeps you back on the ground, right? And then if I make a couple Ravens, that could be very, very efficient as well. I'm just going to keep making these. Like, I freaking love the impact they have had so far. Also, it gives me a lot of scouting, which is nice. I'm going to get a sensor tower over here. My teammate probably did start Storm now, if I had to guess. I don't think he's going to be big. Oh! Oh, what? How did that finish? You guys... Oh, that was a scam. Come on, guys. That was unreal. That did not freaking finish, okay? That is for sure. Now, I guess I can... Let's see. Okay, depending on the third positioning, I can keep that homie over there. And now I'm gonna go in with the main army. Let's see, what are the upgrades? 1 upgrade behind me. I think he wants to go for it, so we're just gonna go. This is a bit of a scary fight. The first storm misses. This second storm also misses. Yeah, this is definitely a very scary fight that we're taking here. I think we're gonna have to back off from this one momentarily. Like, if they attack into us, we're gonna absolutely crush them anyway, so we don't have to be too afraid of that. I'm gonna keep starting these Banshees. That Banshee... Oh, it was alive all this freaking time. That is really not bad. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rotate around a little bit. So he can't, or at least the tank guy can't rotate very easily. And then we can just attack over here. So yeah, I got 2 more Banshees on the way. At some point, maybe I can snipe this turret. I don't know how sus it is. Like, it's a little sus, but it's a very hectic situation, right? So I'm not sure if they're gonna notice. Okay. Oh, he actually... That's really well done by my teammate. He made use of the opportunity to dive on top of those tanks. That is great. I'm gonna send these Banshees in again. I'm just gonna send them over there. Let's see, where's Mr. Guy? Mr. Guy is not nearby. There's a Cyclone over there that is gonna die. There's something in my base, a massive drop. My teammate actually went for a recall, which I really like. But now... maybe I can make use of the opportunity to snipe those tanks over here. That's really good help by my teammate. I'm gonna rebuild that eBay instantly. I saw it get sniped by his attack. Oh, I lost a starport as well. That's okay, so I have to rebuild that too. Yeah. Teammate is playing fantastically, honestly. Like, I mean, forgetting the storm there was a little bit painful to watch. But besides that, it was really all very, very nice. Tank also doing very well here. Marauder is going to snipe another Cyclone. I'm still at 1 million supply, it feels like, and a lot of money. I think this build was economically much stronger than I would have expected. Like, all this time, I could have afforded more than I... Oh, that actually still got the knight than I had been doing. That army is going to die instantly. There's absolutely no way this army is going to survive. The Marauders from downtown going to help a little bit as well against those Cyclones. I still have tanks over there. If I save a couple Marines, I can target the Liberator. Teammates also paying attention together with his Stalker, so there's nothing really to worry about. Now, at this point, I would say that the Banshees stopped being effective after, like, six of them or so, but it's also it feels very arbitrary. I don't think it's going to be every single time that Banshees are going to be good for like the first 6, and then they're going to start... Oh, no, we don't want to do that. They're going to start being bad after that. So maybe we should just go on a... You know, pretty much what we see. Oh, teammates actually going in there. That's not a good idea. Like, with that army against Tank Cyclone, that is not going to cut it. I would have gone with him, but I really feel like we would have gotten owned there. I think based on how well he's doing, I definitely could have gone with him. But then at the same time, we would have really been stuck at the ramp for a while. So all in all, I think we did perfectly fine there. It's also going to be an incredibly annoying positioning here for them, because they can't really defend this very easily at all. We can now start attacking this little space over here. I think I'm going to go for a drop in the main base. There's one empty one that I can use over there. Exactly. Dropping a mech player is always incredibly annoying. Wait, this guy... No way. How dare he? He didn't have a turret there all this time. I think we can definitely go for this if he wants to. Let me just make sure to focus fire as many tanks as I can, so my teammate's army is going to have a more comfortable time as well. This army is still doing quite good over here. I'm going to lift them up and drop them over here to be as annoying as possible. My teammate has killed that base, and we are going to be able to close out this game very shortly, I think. Let me hold position over here so I can kill as much as possible. Bring the tanks forward as well. And okay, I really think this was a super interesting game, because I did not play perfectly at all this game, and it was mostly when it came to the macro. Like, the micro is always a bit... 2v2 micro, I would say, very often is less important than in 1v1, because there are just so many units. It's more about the decision-making and the positioning. I think when it came to that, we did okay. We were a little desynced at times. Like I mentioned in the first game, we want to play with your ally. The moment I saw he wanted to go in, I probably wanted to go with him. That was not because I wasn't. I think I just misjudged it. I looked at the army that they had, and I thought even combined we would have a hard time. But he almost broke through on his own, so I should have gone with him. That's my mistake. But yeah, for the most part, the strategy here was very nice. I should have stopped Banshees, like I said, after 5 or 6. I think the last 4-ish, 3-4 that I made probably weren't as effective. But overall, really like the build. Proxy Banshee was very effective at the start, kept them at home, did a lot of damage, killed a lot of Cyclones. We got a lot of eco. The transition into Bio was good. So overall, this is definitely a strategy I'm going to remember. Let's go for game number 3. Okay, game number 3 is with a Zerg player against a Protoss and a Terran. Now, this is a matchup that I really like getting, because Terran Zerg is going to be very important for me in the tournament. I think I have 3 Zergs in my group. Could be 4. It's 3 or 4. I think it's 3 Zergs in my group, and Terran Zerg is not a matchup that I am that good in. And at the same time, we're playing against Protoss Terran, which is... Most people consider it to be the strongest combination. I think it's either even with Protoss Zerg, or maybe Protoss Zerg is even a little bit better. Doesn't really matter. But this is going to be an interesting one. I think the best composition that I've seen from Zerg Terran is Ling Cyclone. Mostly for the reason that the Lings counter most things in the early game, and then the Cyclone counter the things that counter the Lings, which would be Hellions and Oracles, pretty much. Need see enemy? Okay, fair enough. What kind of opener do I want to do? I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I did have one theory. I thought of this after the last weekly 2v2 tournament that I played. I think what might be a very good build to play with Terran, at least if you have a Protoss teammate, because then you're like a little more susceptible to all-ins, is to play Reactor first. It's not a build that I've ever really seen, but I like... Mazzling Muta, okay. It's not a build that I've ever really seen in 2v2, but I like it in 1v1, and maybe it's really good in 2v2 as well. Just like Reactor first, have a lot of Marines. You can make bunkers if it looks sketch, and I feel like you should be able to defend most things. Obviously, you need your ally to jump in, right? Like, you can't win by yourself, but... You know what, I'm just gonna try it this game. There's a bunch of different follow-ups that I have from Reactor first, too. I could go for any kind of attack. Like a 3 ranks, for example. Could go for a double medevac drop if, let's say, we're playing against double Zerg, which could happen in the tournament. And I can also just play triple command center and go into bio, or make a factory and make tanks. Like, really, I could do anything. So, I do like the idea of this build. We're just gonna try it out. Maybe I'll try it multiple times in this video, and we'll see. Most of the time, I have a feeling for... if a build is good or bad just by playing it a couple times. Like, it doesn't even need to be that my opponents do something that I want to practice against necessarily. Like, you just see the flow of the build. You can play a build and you can kind of feel if you would be safe against things. Like, especially if you play a lot of StarCraft, you're going to be used to how many units you should have, etc. And yeah, even if the games go really well for us, I might conclude that the build sucks. Or the other way around, we could lose it, I could conclude that the build feels very good, I don't know. Anyway, this game... Wait, did he just do... He went Reactor first? Actually, maybe not. It could have been just the Barracks first, double Marine as well. That would be very funny. I feel I'm such a legend, guys. Look at my new build, and then this guy freaking does the same build. Oh my... Dude, he almost missed micro those Marines. That would have been painful for him. But okay, I think this game we're going to go for the 3cc version. It's against Protoss Terran. It's quite likely that we're going to be playing against Phoenixes, of course. So 3cc should be pretty good against that. Teammate can take... Oh, you're going for the macro hatch. Okay. It's very old school, but I like it. That's one of those builds that I would like to learn with Zerg, to just play super fast macro hatch. There's one guy called Ender. It's like a pretty good Grandmaster Zerg from the Philippines, I believe. And he's the only high-level player that still does that. And I always love playing against him and just seeing the hatchery planted in the wall, like we're still playing Boudoir, you know. I think it's very, very cool. Now, the reason I'm not making a bunker, by the way, if you guys are curious, is purely because of the Marines. If I saw Hellions there, or maybe even a Reaper, then I might need a bunker. Since he's opening with Marines, I don't think I need a bunker. We just... If my teammate makes Lings, we're just safe, right? We don't really need anything else. So right now, I'm making Tank Marine with a 3cc. I think I should probably get a second gas soon, but I'm trying to determine whether I should make the barracks before that. I think we are going to go for the barracks. I'm going to put this barracks over here so I can make a tech lab in this spot. That is perfect. And then, okay, it's going to be an Oracle. Actually, quite fortunate that it's in my base instead of my teammates, because Oracles take an extra hit to kill SCVs, which make it not such a big deal. Yeah, as you can see, I lost a couple, but I feel like the Zerg would have lost a bunch more. But that is quite nice. I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to make one Cyclone in that case. Since it's Oracle, I'm going to make one Cyclone just so we can shut that down a little easier in the future. Since I'm playing 3cc, I still feel like the economic situation is completely fine. He does show the Overseer, which could tip them off that something a little sus is happening. I'm actually going to get the extra gases as well. I'm looking at my gas count. I want to make a double engineering bay, but it seems like I'll need to take those gases first to be able to afford the upgrades from that. Actually, yeah, no, it's going to work out perfectly fine still. Double engineering bay, go down here, and then this factory is going to make a reactor for the starport that I'm going to be building after this. So I do at least want to make stim first, I think. That was a Void Ray, right? Did I see a Void Ray beam? I think I saw the beam of a Void Ray. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, he is actually making Void Rays. Yeah, exactly, okay. That's pretty nice for us, I think. Like I said, I'm playing 3cc. My economy, that's a pretty... Oh, it's a lot of Hellions. My economy is going to be pretty decent here. I guess he wants help with that. Yeah, I'll go and help him for sure. He also has Cyclones. But here's the thing, my army is perfectly fine against what he has, but it's a little weak until I get Stim. That's the thing. Or Combat Shield and stuff. Yeah, okay, it's really good that I came to help him over here. Gonna siege this bad guy over here. That's a good idea. There we go. Because he has those Hellbats as well. We really want to take it a little safer. Then tank number 2 is going to be on this side. And then we're going to be able to keep him safe. I did expose my base to the Oracle, but once again, it's just not going to do as much as it would against my teammate. Tank is actually going to stay alive through all that, and that is a very nice defense. Now I'm going to feel comfortable to take my next base. And I think, based on the fact that he's playing mech, and also based on the fact, this might sound a little crazy, that the guy's playing Skytles, I also want to be playing tanks. Since he is playing Skytles, I think actually... Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna trust my ally here. Because Corruptors are the best counter to Protoss air. At least the late game kind of air. Like if they rush for Carriers / Tempest, you want Corruptors. I would, if this is a 1v1 against Protoss air, I would be playing pure Marine tank, not a single Marauder. But I have my teammate that already has a Spire, so I'm gonna trust him with that. That he can just make Corruptors and deal with it. Economy is really good on our sides. I'm protecting him with a tank, which is nice. I'll actually send one SCV to repair that just in case. Want to make sure that he doesn't get suddenly ambushed by Cyclone Hellion or whatever. It's Mass Void Ray. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have too much to worry about here for now. I think the build that I did definitely put us in a lead. So once again, very nice build. So far, this build that I'm doing feels like the strongest thing so far. Like I mentioned, I will feel how good it is pretty soon. This build feels strong. I feel like we were safe against pretty much anything. And my economy is crazy good. This was nice. This was definitely quite nice. Now keep in mind, exactly, I saw it right there. He has an Oracle, so what you want to do is you want to send one Marine forward. So you can just trigger the Stasis Wards, basically. That's how you want to handle this. Let's see. Okay, he's not paying attention. I can probably get in here. How much is... Oh, it's barely anything. Yeah, like those Void Rays are not going to be that good against the Marines. The teammate is not nearby. Okay, those Hellions are, or the tank is going to help him out a lot against those Hellbats. Good micro on the Mutalisk as well, pulling the Mac just in time. And that's going to be a very nice defense. Yeah, to be honest, if my teammate just makes enough Corruptors when he has to, I think we're going to be winning this game very, very comfortably. Probably the most comfortable win. So actually, the first game was pretty comfortable as well with that attack, but going to be very, very nice. I can also kill these rocks. I'll ping it for him. I'm going to kill these rocks, and then I can push to the high ground over here. That's a fantastic distraction. That's only the first time they saw the Mutalisk, apparently, so there's no turrets out yet, which is very, very nice. And like I mentioned, my teammate has a Spire, so I'm going to go for extra tech labs and only make Marauders, pretty much. I think that is the right idea. I know he had tanks. They're probably on the low ground if I had to guess. Exactly, they are on the low ground. They can't really do much against these tanks right now. Like, they can siege as well. Here we go. He's going to see us over here now. He does not want to try that. I promise you that. He does not want to try that. Okay, there's only... Oh, it looked like he wasn't moving for a second, guys. Yeah, look at this fight. This is so nice. He does not want to fight. Yeah, he needs the tanks. Look at this. He needs the tanks to cover, but my teammate is keeping him busy. Wow. This is just fantastic, guys. What a game. Good strategy by my teammate, good strategy by me as well, and particularly good build, I want to say. Didn't use the Oracle enough, probably could have had a couple more Stasis Wards out there. He's making Thors against Mutas, but Thors are going to be absolutely just terrible against the bio. Carrier is going to die. That guy pauses the game by accident when he was trying to leave, so we go for a quick unpause. And boom. I think... This is, obviously we're not playing against pro-level players, but this is the nicest Terran Zerg combo that I've played in a while. And obviously the Mutas contributed. I think Zerg could have done a lot of things that I would have liked. The Mutas were very nice because it distracts the armies. I would say the Mutas are the best when we play against a passive style. If we would have played against like active bio plus blink stalkers, I probably would have preferred them to do something else. I'm not quite sure what it would be, but definitely something else. But for this game, it was perfect. Really, really liked my build. I'm going to remember this one. Let's go to game number 4. Game number 4 is with a Protoss player against a Terran and a Zerg. Okay. Now, Terran Zerg, I think it's a very favorable matchup to go up against as Protoss Terran, but you do kind of need to be lined up beforehand. So I think there's really only one main reason why Terran Protoss is so strong against them, and that is the Oracle. You pretty much can play any fast unit from the Terran plus Oracle, and then you're just gonna have a pretty good time, at least in the early game. Like, I could play either Mass Reapers or Mass Hellion. Would you like to go Oracle? I don't want to tell him to do it. I just want to, like, see if he wants to do it, you know? Very... Let me, Nice. There you go. All you have to do is ask sometimes. Okay, then I think I'm gonna go Hellions, okay? I'll go Hellions, and together with the Oracle, that's gonna give us a nice early game, and then the follow-up, I don't know yet, but I guess we'll see. Probably gonna be Bio, right? At least, because of the thing I said in game number 1, where I don't really want to be playing mech anymore, unless my teammate goes for Skytles. I guess it's possible that he will go Skytles, because he's gonna open Oracle right away. He is walling the front. I am not. I think it's probably fine. I mean, since I'm gonna make Hellions. Hellions counter basically everything they can make early on, right? I mean, not exactly, because they have double the units, because it's 2v2. But Lynx, Hellions, Reapers, that's pretty much what's gonna be coming across if they attack us. Hellions is a good counter to all of those things. Especially because I'm gonna have more Hellions than that guy has Hellions, because of Defender's advantage. Now, I didn't see a hatchery here, guys, so that is a little sus. Yeah, okay, that guy is definitely going to go for some kind of Link Flood. Okay. Yeah, I'll say it. What I'm going to do, this is an important switch up here, guys. Instead of making the Reaper, I'm going to make a Marine so I can afford the factory. And then I'm going to make faster Hellions. There we go. Let me let him know as well. Communication is key. By the way, these kind of builds, super hard to play against in 2v2. Very, very underrated. Like, literally just going for the early pull. I mean, here he lost the probe to the drones, which is a bit of a mistake. But very often you lose it against the Lynx anyway, because they just finish so fast, right? You're trying to scout, you lose the probe. And then often it just becomes a guessing game, because you don't want to go across with the Reaper, because you would lose it against the Lynx. In this case, I don't even have a Reaper. And then you just have no idea whether they are actually all-inning you hardcore, or if they're just droning behind. Like, legitimately, one of the hardest things to play against when you go up against a Zerg. So, glad to see my opponents do it, because then we can get a little bit of practice against it. Now, I'm going to expand on the high ground. My teammate's actually going for cannons. This is where you can already see the potential problems begin, because... Oh, he's going to be able to save that with the battery. Barely, not actually. Oh, misclick by Mr. Terran with his Reaper. That's actually so funny he ran away, because... My Marine doesn't get healed by the battery, you know? But it's just, I think it's just like pure instinct. Oh, that Reaper's actually gonna die, I think. Can he jump out there? I don't think he can. No, that Reaper is stuck. Fantastic. Then I'm gonna go for the starport. But yeah, this is what I was gonna say. My teammate went for a forge. He's probably gonna make at least one cannon if I had to guess. Let's see, I heard something go down now. No, he's gonna wall this off as well. Right now, if they just expanded behind this and didn't make anything else, my teammate might have worse economy than he would like to have. That's the thing. Now, he did not make the Stargate right away. He is making the Oracle already, though. Actually, a very well-timed Oracle still. Not bad by Mr. Teammate, guys. Really not bad at all. Good reactions. He did take the expansion instead of making mass cannons, so it seems like he caught on to the fact that we're probably not going to get all-in after all. And yeah, not much to complain about. Now, let's see if it's actually true that they stopped the all-in entirely. There is a bunker, a full bunker, actually. Wait, can I was thinking about dragging it. Yeah, okay. So this was the right move to do. He indeed did not make any units at... Oh, he had a couple units there. Okay, so the Oracle should be able to defend that. This is exactly why you want to make that Oracle. Okay, so this is very interesting. Wait, okay, there's the Oracle. Very nice. So I'm going to kill more workers than he is just because I have my teammate's Oracle. I'm so happy I asked him to make an Oracle right now. Yeah, this guy does... Oh, that was almost a pretty thick hit as well. Yeah, look at this Oracle just go. It's going to kill every single Zergling over here. Already has 11 kills. I feel happy right now, guys. That's the communication right there. I made the mistake, but we had the right strategy, and we're gonna come out ahead because of it. Yeah, even there, you could tell that I got confused. I saw that he had drones on his natural. I knew his opening was super uneconomic. So I figured that he indeed did not make any units, but I guess I underestimated how fast Zerg can actually make drones. The Lynx got in, that was a little painful, but because the communication was good, the strategy was good, we were able to deal with it, and now we find ourselves being slightly ahead. That said, we don't know what the Terran is up to. He has... Let me just let him know before he flies his Oracle into a mine. The Terran could be making Banshees as well. He says he knows. Okay, okay. Good awareness from Mr. Guy. Yeah, we definitely have a teammate over here on the hands, right? Like, really not much to complain about, I have to say. Now, I'm going to go across with the Hellions again. There's a lair, interestingly enough. Not quite sure what that is going to be for, especially because that guy has, like, no economy. You know what, guys? I think we're going to have to do a little adaptation here and not go for a third CC. Okay, Banshee. Banshee is a super Oracle is a super counter to Banshee, by the way, like crazy. One revelation sticks on the Banshee, so you can't outfly the detection, and then the Phoenix kills it. Right now on the minimap, you guys are not seeing it because I'm busy roasting drones, but that Phoenix is just killing the Banshee for free right now. And wow, what a freaking game, guys. Absolutely fantastic so far. But this is the adaptation I was talking about, is I'm gonna go for a 2-base setup instead of 3cc because we're not entirely sure what the Terran is doing and we already have the economic lead. In fact, I can even go for 5 racks on 2-base and I think it would be a good choice. Now, that's a weakness that Mech has that Bio doesn't have. Like with Mech, you can't really move out very easily early on. But with Bio, you can. So if I get the setup, they're, either they're going to make units and we're going to have enough units to defend, or they're not going to make enough units because they're busy rebuilding drones and then we kill them with the attack. So when you're ahead, you usually want to play Bio. That even goes for a 1v1. I'm going to fly the Banshees in there. Got some nice add-ons for my Raxes as well. Make a couple more depots. Let's see. Yeah, there's no turret over here. He might have a mine here somewhere if I had to guess. Oh, that is a fusion core. Let me let him know. Battlecruisers are pretty good against Phoenixes, by the way. And with pretty good, I mean they're insanely good. Yeah, he's going to scan, but he doesn't have stim yet. This is... Well, he does have to with a mine. There it is. Scanning is really sad when you have Marines against Banshees because your Marines can't reach them. Like, it's legitimately very painful to watch. I'm going to go for the third CC after this. Here we go. He's probably trying to make a turret if I had to guess. Does he have an eBay? Maybe not. Oh, he just pulled the workers back. Yeah, he's going to send the Oracle here as well. Oh, he's actually double BC. Oh, okay. Maybe I have to make another turret here. Yeah, double BC could be a little painful. I'm going to let this Banshee chill over here for a little bit. Yeah, like... This is so painful. He can't reach the Banshee. Okay, he put down a scan, even though... Maybe I can sneak this one back in. He put down a scan, even though there was an Overseer. But the Marines couldn't reach it. Now, luckily for him, the Viking finished. Is this gonna live? No. It's gonna... Oh my god, 6 HP. That is brutal. Okay, the Viking's gonna catch it. Well, I'm kind of happy that it is gonna catch it, because otherwise it would have just been a little bit too brutal, It's brutal enough as it is, but it would have been a little too brutal. But this guy's going for Hydras. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hit an absolutely killer timing attack. This Zerg player has been tortured for a long time now already. I did see Combat Shield finish there, I believe. If I'm not wrong. I did get my +1 attack as well, and now I think it's going to be a good time for us to go across. I'm actually going to try and target this base. Let's see, what does my guy have? Okay, this is walled off for now. Let's pay attention to that and actually get the tanks in the medevac. Does he have much? He has a couple of Void Rays and Phoenixes. Okay, not the best army to push into Marine Hydra, but it really just needs to support me. Like, I think we're just going to have enough units. Okay, looks like there's an attack over here, yeah. I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to stim into his base real quick. Kill that, and then we defend back at home. I think we can just do that, because he's not going to have a whole lot here. This is a base that's going to take a lot of damage very, very easily. I need my tank over here, exactly. But that's actually a very cool move by me, not going to lie. That's actually awesome. Yeah, those tank hits did insanely well. I managed to take down that base. I think my teammate's going to have enough to deal with it together with my Marines after that tank fire. We have another tank here as well. We're dropping the main base now. Actually... dropping the third base now. I wanted to get that over there. No, wait. I did say it correctly. I said dropping the base as I was landing it, so my brain was like, that's not the main base, bro. What I meant, I was dropping his main base. Here we go. Now, those Hydras are going to get cooked very, very easily. He has battle cruisers, or he had them, but they already died. He's not going to have money to replace them. I don't think the Zerg is going to have a whole lot to say with his small Hydralisk army. And this is once again going to be a very convincing game. And I have to say, guys, the strategies are looking good. Like, we're definitely looking very on point here. It is the Terran that left the game, not the Zerg player. I think we can just go across now for that as well. This Zerg just doesn't have anything because we just cooked him too hard in the early game, basically. Like, I'm sure, like, after that point, he was doing a pretty good job. Like, he already has a 4th base over there. But, yeah, he had to rebuild his drones all the time. And he wasn't really able to get any decent army up in the meantime. He is still managing to micro away his teammate's worker, which is quite impressive. But we are going to absolutely annihilate them. My teammate lost 825 resources this game, which is really just nothing. A couple units when he was trying to defend this base. And this was fantastic as well. Really like the decision there to go for the 2-base Salin. That worked out very well. And in general, this episode has been awesome. I think the adaptations have been very good. We discovered a couple new builds. I really like going for the faster factory with the Marine against the potential Link Flood. Combined with the Oracle, of course. Without the Oracle, we actually would have been in a little bit of trouble. Specifically me, I would have lost more eco than the Zerg. So the Oracle was definitely necessary there. That makes me think if there's no Oracle, we also can't move out with the Hellions because we would die. So that is a good thing to keep in mind. But yeah, just fantastic play. I think my teammate could have gone either into carriers or Blink. Either option would have been fine. Maybe even make another Oracle. But yeah, Banshee got countered. Fantastic game. Let's go to the final one. Okay, the final game is with a Protoss against a Terran and a Protoss. This guy we played with in the first game. I think it was the first, no, the second game actually. I'm pretty sure it was the second game, yeah. Protoss Terran Mirror, one of the most classic 2v2 matchups. It's also strategically a pretty complicated one. My personal preference for this matchup is to be quite aggressive. But it really does require a lot of coordination. I think it's the kind of strat that I would rather do when I'm on a voice chat with my ally. Because you kind of want to... I think proxy gating is very good, but then you need to like... It's going to be a situation where my teammate has Adepts or Stalkers and I have Reapers or Hellions, and we kind of need to discuss what base we're going to send them into and really make a lot of split-second decisions. So I think we're not going to go hyper-aggressive for this one. But I guess we'll see what my teammate is going to do. You have to be really careful for mass Phoenix play in this matchup. There's a couple of ways to play against that, but once again, it does require a decent bit of coordination. What would you like to play? If he wants to play Phoenixes himself, I can try to support him in that. The tournament itself has slightly delayed feeding. If you can see here, this is Blizzard time. Feeding in ladder 2v2 opens at about 3:30. In the tournament, it opens at 5 minutes. So it means that sending resources to your ally is particular for early game builds, like making a faster second, third target for mass Phoenixes, is not as good. In ladder, it's obviously going to be quite common still. I'm actually going to do the thing. The reason why I'm not building it here is because I don't want to block my teammate. He wants to take this base. I mean, I'm okay with it, I guess. If he wants me to have the inside base, I'll go for it. Yeah, okay, he's blocking. No, I'll just build it here. Actually, if he doesn't want to block it, then I'll just build it. It's actually pretty annoying even for a Terran. You guys saw that? There's no space to build the CC here. Because you can't build it close to a gas. So you literally have to build it here. That's the closest location to the natural that you can build. I think you just sniped the probe, which is very, very nice. So this game, we're going to go again for the reactor first opening. I am not quite sure what I want to do after this yet. We're going to find that out later. I want 2 Marines, not 2 Reapers. I'm going to make the factory already. I'm going to scout with an SCV. The Reaper is out now. The Reaper should be taking the... Well, if there is a Reaper, should be taking the left path. So I'm going to go to the right side here. Exactly, there's the Reaper. I'm going to lose 1 SCV. Can't do anything about it. That's kind of the price you pay for playing reactor first, to be honest. I should be able to save this one, though, without too much trouble. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to... If he micros... Yeah, I think he got it just in time, the micro there. He should be able to kill that Reaper. Good micro there on that unit, and there we go. And I'm going to go for the third CC, just like I did in the previous game where we played reactor first. And then... Okay, expansion finished. That is a double gas. Is that a double gas? No, it's a normal... Yeah, it's a normal expansion, exactly. I got confused with Zerg timings a little bit. He's making an engineering bay, which... I have no idea what that's for. It can't be anything aggressive unless he's doing the dankest planetary rush of all time, where he proxied his third command center instead of the second one. Something tells me that's not going to be happening here, but I guess we'll see. So I'm going to make 1 tank. Actually, I could make 2 tanks as well. I would love to know what Mr. Protoss is doing. We're not going to find that out anytime soon, unless my teammate has a sentry. He does not have a sentry. Going for a Dark Shrine. If you guys are wondering why I'm not going to scan for it, it's because scanning early really sucks. Like, look at how tight the build orders are. I can't even really afford making my barracks and SCVs and Marines at the same time. Scan means I don't have a mule. It's minus 200 minerals, basically, and then I just can't afford anything at all. So you don't really want to be scanning that early. So this is going to be a 2-1. We're going to get 2 barracks, 1 factory, and then I'm going to start building other stuff. I really do have a nice amount of units. I think right now I can afford a scan, so I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Blink. I do remember, what did he play? I think he played Storm. Yeah, he did play Storm. He just played Blink into Charge with Zealots. Gonna make the 2nd gas, and then I'll make the 3rd barracks, and I think our situation is gonna be quite nice here. That Terran, please try to... Oh, that's so painful for him. If he micros the probes well, he's barely gonna lose anything. Yeah, exactly. That was not worth it for them, for sure. Especially because my economy is actually quite solid as well. I guess I'll just move these tanks forward. I'm gonna make engineering base so I can make turrets later. 2 tanks should be solid enough to defend us against pretty much anything, at least early on. And I'm gonna be able to control the ramp as well with this. E-base probably best placed over here in the back, so they're not gonna be able to get attacked. And then depots, I should probably start making those in front of these tanks. I don't have an SCV there right now, so I'm not gonna do it yet. Gotta take these extra gases, make sure I keep producing workers at the same time. My teammate has... Okay, he went back because he has... Yeah, okay, he has a prism. I think he misclicked that. Okay, let's see. Make sure that's actually on the add-on there. And I feel like the setup here is very, very nice. The gases should indeed... That's what I did the last time. I built the gases before the engineering base, right? Here you can see that that is indeed what you should do, because I can't afford the upgrades right now. Still have to make combat shields as well, so that's definitely the right way to go. And now we know for sure. Now I have SCVs here, so I'm just going to start bunkering this down. I think my teammate... He's not going to be attacking, but he is going to go for the DT drop. I think what I should do is make a turret here of our own. I think it's the nicest way, actually, to handle DTs. Like, my teammate doesn't really want to start making cannons too early. He's going... Ooh, he's taking this base. I'm not entirely convinced I can be defending him there this early. Like, at least I'm going to need stim and stuff. That is a scary base to see your teammate take. I'm not going to lie. Here, I'll send 1 SCV over there. And I think as soon as this one finishes, we're going to have perfect saturation. Exactly. The prism... I don't know why he didn't just go into the main, to be honest. Like, if you go DTs, you do really want to do damage. Like, it's not 100% necessary, but... I mean, it's a decent investment. He can turn them into Archons, right? That's okay. But if you go for the DTs that early, instead of making a better tech, theoretically, like Blink... You do want to try to go into their base, so I'm not quite sure if I like the damage so far. Once again, my opening was completely economic and I feel very, very safe here, so that's nice. I'm actually going to help my ally a bit against drops, because drops in the main base can be pretty freaking brutal. Especially from our Protoss player. Yeah, I'm going to scan the front. There's he's also making turrets. Okay, so there's Archons with +1 attack. I can make Ghost, but the problem is that Ghosts are really horrible against Terran. Like, just... You can launch nukes, that really is about it. There's nothing else that you can do with a Ghost against Terran. And nukes are quite expensive to get online now, so I don't really want to go for it yet. My teammate's army is decent, though. 1-1 is going to finish. I think we have a pretty nice timing attack, so I'm going to just ping it for him so we can go across together. I got to take those gases so I can afford 2-2 as well. I really think that this reactor first build is the nicest macro build that I have done for sure in 2v2. Oh, that was actually a misclick. Oh, let me get this on siege. It's the nicest macro build that I've done for 2v2 for sure. If they take this base, it's very important on this map, by the way. If they take the gold, you can siege it from the high ground and completely shut that down. Yeah, exactly. This should never be able to go anywhere. He does. Oh, that's actually... Those mules are going to die. Oh, that's minus 600 minerals. If he doesn't block me, they can't really do much against us. I feel like he might have BCs or something, because... he just doesn't have anything here. He does not want to fight this. This Protoss does not want to fight this at all. As long as... I'm just going to target fire those Templars down. Look at that, okay. They're now completely out of storms. The tanks here are still strong. I found this army. Do not drop there, Mr. Terran. You don't want to, okay? I mean, for us it would be good, but you don't want to. Okay, let me ping for him. His army needs to be on front, because his army is the tanky part. Please, my friend. My friend. My friend. Oh, did he just recall? Did he just recall? Why on earth did he just recall? That is... Okay, I mean, interesting. I have units ready here. That is... I mean, that is some real freaking foresight right there. I thought we would just kill them and then defend that later, but he had a different idea. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It was incredibly risky, though, not gonna lie. I think my team... Where did it go? It does my... Wait. Clairvoyance? Is he actually clairvoyant? Did he just... He knew. What on earth was that? That was the most random recall I have ever seen. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am a little bit suspicious because I knew that he was dropping me, but the timing on that recall was very specific, and he even pinged the depot. Like, this guy might actually be clairvoyant, or he's a freaking hacker. Like, I have no idea. That was actually pretty crazy. Let me just target his base down. There we go. I need to be careful for the Templars. They don't actually have storms. None of those Templars have storms right now. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to target all of them down before they get storms. That is going to be very brutal. The Liberators are going to hurt a little bit, but storms would hurt more. I think I am... Oh, I'm barely going to be able to get through there, actually, surprisingly. Those Templars are going to get a storm now. Let's see. Need to be careful for that one storm he's going to try to launch on top of my bio. Let's see. He has it like literally right now. Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to dodge it at the right time. Once again, the macro is not perfect. I'm going to have to do a couple of practice games so we can get the follow-ups good. But I mean, this really is nice. Like, this episode has made me a better player for sure. I'm very, very happy I did this because I didn't know how many lessons we learned exactly, but I feel like we learned a lot. I did a lot of builds that I liked, and especially the reactive first theory that I had. I really just thought of it last night. Just worked amazingly. Like, the Marine tank should be able to defend pretty much everything, and the macro follow-up is insane. Obviously, there's always going to be some counters. For example, I know that this build that I'm doing specifically, if I go for the 3cc, no Cyclone is going to be weak against Banshees, for example. If we play against Phoenixes, it might be hard for me to help my ally before I get stim, stuff like that. But for the macro game, for the macro maps, this looks incredibly good, incredibly promising. And there we go. 5-0, I believe, in these 5 games. I would say that I'm ready for the tournament. Obviously, I'm going to be practicing a little more. I could even make another one of these videos if you guys really enjoyed this, like, non-challenge. Just really trying to win and do the best with my allies kind of thing. And I had a fantastic time. It was a pretty long episode, but it felt pretty fast because, yeah, it was just a lot of fun to me. Hope you guys had a lot of fun as well. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next video. Adios.